Hey, this is Stuart Ross coming to you today from sunny San Diego. I have to say that I've been enjoying the weather here for the past couple of weeks. It's been pretty awesome. In fact, I was actually meant to fly back to the UK a few days ago, but when I spoke to friends and family and they told me about the weather, including snow, I just couldn't bring myself to get onto the aeroplane. I suppose one of the advantages of running an internet business. Now, I'm actually doing this video. If you've read my last email, you'll know that I've really been behind the scenes the last 12 months. I've not been shooting a lot of video, certainly spontaneous video like this, and I've not been communicating even with my own subscribers on a regular basis at all. And I explained in the last email, it all comes with very good reason. And the reason I'm shooting this video is to actually go into a lot more detail about what I've been working on. Quite honestly, why I'm so excited, why I believe so much in what it is that we're doing, where we're going. But more importantly, in this video, I want to share with you why it may well be of a lot of interest to yourself. So what I'm going to do is, rather than sort of stay out here in the sun, although even though I'm in the shade right now, I'm going to go indoors where the lighting will be better and hopefully a little quieter as well. So let's go inside. Okay, so it's my thinking by being indoors we'll be able to keep the lighting more consistent, the audio will be better, there'll be less distractions like the sun and the sand and the palm trees and the pool and the kids running around and everything else. So maybe a bit selfish of me by bringing you indoors here, but I wanted you to listen to what I have to say today. And I have to tell you that, having said that, it's the Easter weekend here, or it has just been the Easter weekend here, and I was out on the balcony yesterday and the kids are running around doing their Easter hunt that the hotel had put on, and with the weather being so great here, you can imagine the chocolate had either melted or it was on its way to being melted. So of course the kids only had one choice, and that was to stuff their faces immediately. So they had chocolate all over their faces. They're running around completely hyperactive. I'm up here working on my laptop with a beer, watching the poor parents running around like mad hatters trying to keep their kids under control. And I'll be honest, it was one of the best Easters that I can remember. So anyway, the reason, like I said, I'm doing this video is I wanted to do, I suppose, a reasonably big update. I've been away behind the scenes for about a year now. And it hasn't been because I've been living my digital life on a beach or anything like that. In fact, far from it. The last year I've probably worked harder than what I ever have done, but it's also been incredibly enjoyable. I've been forming some of the most solid relationships that I ever have done in this industry. A lot of conversations that I've had over the years have been on Skype or on the phone or in passing at seminars when I've been speaking. But the last year I've really made a lot of effort to hang around and spend time with the leading people in the industry. And the reason being is it's a big part of what we've been working on over the last year. So I'll start on the topic of why I'm saying we. So last year, myself, the founder of the Six Figure Mentors, and Jay Kubizak, the founder of ProU, merged our companies. We became one, and that's taken a lot of time, a lot of effort. There's been things involved that have taken longer than we expected, but as an end result, it's been one of the best things I've ever done. You see, the way that the relationship formed with myself and Jay of ProU was I formed the Six Figure Mentors in 2010 as a training system, as a system that would teach people how to build lists of subscribers, which is the first fundamental when it comes to making money on the internet in this industry, and then teach them how to then convert those into customers by promoting products, etc. I hit a big problem though, and that was that I was struggling to get a lot of momentum with my students, and there was a few reasons for that I identified fairly quickly into getting started. So what I decided to do is, like anything, fix those issues. The first issue, however, was quite a big one, and that was products. It was, what products did I feel that I could endorse or create or build in within our system that were tangible, that were ethical, that were profitable and everything else. And believe me, that's no small task. So I went out there and I was looking in the industry for people who had created some of the best products in the marketplace, some products that anybody could be proud to promote, anybody could be a part of, anybody who got involved with would gain huge amounts of value from. And after a lot of research, I identified Jay Kubizak, who, like I said, is now my business partner. And the reason being is he just quite clearly had the most success stories in the industry. He had students coming through his system such as Mike Dillard, who he's worked with, the guys over at MLSP, My Lead System Pro, not a company I'm familiar with myself, but I think it's Brian and one of the other guys I can't remember, had come through his system. So a lot of the leading people out there had come from Jay's trainings and everything else, amongst others. Again, other examples where I went out there to look for some of the most highly successful affiliate marketers, and many of Jay's students were six-figure a month earners, and I hadn't really come across realistically anybody else out there who had managed to create six-figure earners as an affiliate. And what I mean by that is somebody who's earning over 100,000 a month without ever having created their own products, and he was one of the few guys that I came across who had managed to achieve that. So I approached him and we ended up meeting up in Washington DC. In fact, the actual first meeting was a little bit random, but we ended up meeting in Washington DC, and I shared with him the problems that I was facing with my students and some of the issues that I was struggling to overcome. Examples of that were helping people overcome conversion issues when it came to selling top tier products that pay over $1,000 per sale. And the problem that I was experiencing is that when I got involved with direct selling, which is one of the most profitable business models in the industry, one of the advantages that I had was that I was quite confident with speaking to people on the phone. I had a job which enabled me to take the time out to actually get on the phone and speak with people and everything else. A lot of my students weren't confident on the phone. A lot of my students didn't have the time to speak on the phone. And as a result of that, trying to emulate or replicate the things that I had done was a real challenge for them. So I shared that concern with Jay, and Jay was 5 years more experienced than I was with developing and helping students advance. And he said, no problem. That's an easy fix. What you need to do is you need to create a sales force, a professional sales force that can actually do the selling and telling for your students. And I was like, well, that sounds great, but I have no experience in actually finding good salespeople. I had experience with finding bad salespeople, which is another story altogether. But in terms of actually finding good salespeople, I found it very difficult because one of the businesses I didn't ever want to build was a business that had tele-sales style staff, people cold calling and doing the hard sell and everything else. One of the biggest reasons I got in this industry in the first place was to leave the hard sell approach in my past. I hated it. I didn't like being a part of it. So it was a huge thing for me. So Jay explained to me that all of the people that he has had that does the telling and selling aren't just salespeople, but they're basically people like us who were successful online, but also enjoyed the human interaction part. In fact, all of the people that work with Digital Experts Academy on the sales line do it out of passion, not to do a hard sell, not to earn a load of commission. In fact, 3 out of 5 of our salespeople aren't even commission based, okay? And the reason being is because they just love doing what they do, and they do it out of passion to, support and help our students. And it's an incredible feeling. So that was kind of like one of the first hurdles that I overcome working with Jay. The other big problem that I was having with my own training program was finding products that I was prepared to endorse. And the reason being is I wanted to find a product line that I could teach my students to go out and sell that I really believed in. Now, this might sound crazy, especially after years of selling top tier direct sales products. In 2012, and 2011, I couldn't find anything. A lot of the products that I had promoted hadn't kept up with the times. A lot of the products that I had been involved with, I just didn't feel delivered value anymore, although they may have done a few years before. Times had changed and they hadn't kept up. So it was my hope that Jay would be able to help me on that side. But here was the thing that changed everything. Jay turned around and said, quite honestly, we're facing the same problem. We are in that same situation right now where we have to revamp not only the products that we're endorsing, but also our own in-house products. And that's what created and started really what I believe is going to be the greatest opportunity of 2013 and beyond when it comes to direct sales, because what we decided to do is go back to the drawing board and list out all of the problems that we see in the marketplace, all of the issues that we've had within our own companies, our own training programs, and all of the things that we did like, all the things that we found ethical, not ethical, and start from scratch. And this is about 12 months ago. So as a result of that whiteboarding process, that result of meeting up with a lot of our top students over the years, we came up with a plan which eliminated all of the issues that we saw that were common stumbling blocks for new marketers or new people wanting to transition from their jobs to online business world. And it's been a long time coming, but we have now created something that we are so proud of, that we are so passionate about. It's taken longer than what we had hoped, and a big part of that was agreeing and finalising some relationships with some of the leading people in this industry to help fulfil on what we're developing. But the bottom line is what we've created now is a system and a vehicle far greater than anything either of us have ever created to help people make that transition from the traditional economy to the new digital economy. So I want to share some of those things with you. Like I said, we've eliminated the sales problems by, incorporating some in-house salespeople. The product line is the thing that I'm most proud of. You see, the thing that I felt so disheartened about in my own personal business and my mentoring and my groups of people that I was working with in 2011, 2012, was that I couldn't find a solid product line that over-delivered in terms of comparison to what it cost to be involved with. Yeah, I could find products that sold for $3,000 and paid out $1,000 worth of commissions, but they were hot air. They weren't worth the cost that people were paying. And as a result of that, we wanted to make sure that not only did we create a phenomenal product line, but also that we absolutely over-delivered in every aspect of that product purchase. And that isn't a small task. We've really had to work on that. And one of the ways that we've been able to achieve that is by aligning ourselves with like-minded gurus, like-minded successful marketers who were prepared to over-deliver for us as an academy to give the most amount of value to our students. And as a result of that, we're kind of, if you can imagine, as a company using our bulk or our community to purchase into some of the best training in the world. Some of the things that we've incorporated within our system based on feedback is personal mentoring, like one-to-one training. So, you're not just left there on your own if you don't want to be. If you actually want a coach, and I'm not talking about the blind leading the blind, someone who says they know how to make money teaching you. I'm talking about people who have walked the walk. I'm talking about working with people like myself and Jay and our top students who are actually prepared to get on the phone with you and actually support you within your journey. Other things that I'm talking about is events that we're going to be holding all over the world, focusing particularly on the UK, the US and Australia, where we can actually get together as a community and really leverage one another in terms of what it is that we know, what it is that we do, but also the strategic relationships that we have within the community itself. So here's the bottom line. Myself and Jay are rolling out Digital Experts Academy, and we're right at the beginning stages now. We've been communicating with our existing students and affiliates with what we're working on, but now is the time that we're ready to take this to the world. So now that we're at that point, you're going to be hearing an awful lot more from me, but you're also going to get the opportunity to learn more and more about what it is that we're doing and to really see the difference that we're making to the world of online marketing and specifically helping new people transition without the struggle, without the overwhelm, without the feeling that they have to go all over the place. The thing that I'm most proud of is that we really have created this umbrella of a business, umbrella of a community, where you don't have to go out and find hundreds of different resources out there and try and piece it all together. We're going to take you from A to B. A being brand new, never having made a dollar online, to B being completely self-sufficient as an entrepreneur. Now, these are my final words. My biggest problem with most of the products and the programs that are out there, including some of the products and programs I've promoted myself in the past, is I have not believed that if those systems died tomorrow, if those products no longer existed, or those training systems no longer existed, or affiliate programs no longer existed, that the people within that community, or within that promotion, within that product, could actually go out there and be self-sufficient and rely on the skill sets that they've gained from that program to go and do it alone. So let me explain that in more, because it's such an important thing that I'm trying to explain here. There is no point in putting all of your time, energy and effort into a product, a company or an opportunity if at the end of it you're completely reliant on them, okay? Because anything can happen. Maybe the owner of the company could die. Maybe the FTC could come in and take them away because they've done something wrong. Maybe they just decide that they want to shut up shop. And if that happens, you have to ask yourself, as a member or as a student or as someone of that system, could I, it might take a few months, but could I apply all of the things that I've learned, all of the relationships that I've formed? Can I go and take it and be self-sufficient and earn an income in the digital economy without them? If the answer is no, it's not tangible. If the answer is no, you're wasting your time. Even if you can make money in these programs in the short term, what's going to happen when they disappear? What's going to happen when the momentum runs out? You're going to be back at step one, anxiety, struggling to support your family and struggling to maintain a lifestyle that you've probably been working quite hard for. Digital Experts Academy is different. Digital Experts Academy is designed to not only take you from A to B, from not making money to making money online, but in that journey, and I'm not saying 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, click a button and you'd be a self-sufficient entrepreneur. I'm talking about this is a long-term thing, whether that be 12 months, 24 months, 36 months, just like if you were investing in university or college. What I'm saying is by the time you invest your time and energy and effort within our academy, regardless of what level you're involved at, you will become, as you work and earn while you learn, as you work through, a self-sufficient digital entrepreneur. Somebody who can stand on their own 2 feet. Someone who can take their family, move wherever they want in the world, set up shop online and be self-sufficient, earning an income in a business that they believe in, that they're passionate about, and that they absolutely know will maintain the lifestyle that they want for the rest of their lives. So hopefully that gives you some idea of why I've been so quiet over the 12 months. Digital Experts Academy is going to change the lives of thousands and thousands of people. The only question I have for you is, will you be one of them? If the answer is yes, keep an eye on your inbox, keep watching our videos, speak with our existing students, stay up to date, and I'll look forward to seeing you in our community very, very soon. And the final question that I have for you is, what will you do with your digital life? Take care, over and out. This is Stuart Ross, Digital Experts Academy.